Hey everybody, Shalom, Jerusalem Jane coming to you here from Israel, making a 5-6 minutes update on the whole situation politically here in the Holy Land. Today is a historical day in the state of Israel. Not since Israel was reborn in 1948 has it not been able to form a government after not one but two elections. Yesterday, former IDF Chief of Staff Benny Gantz, the leader of the Blue and White Party, went to the president and said, I am not able to form a government. That was after Benjamin Netanyahu had tried to do the same. They both failed. And now, just to explain quickly, for the next 21 days, any members of the Israeli parliament has a chance now to try and get 61 people behind him to try and form a government. There is also, of course, the option that Avigdor Lieberman from Israel Beitenu is going to decide I'm either going to support the left bloc or the right bloc. There's not a big chance for that. He was out yesterday saying that will not happen. Then there is the chance that someone is going to jump camp. Someone either from the right is going to join the left or the left is going to join the right, which we might see, we might not see. And then if nothing is going to happen within the next 3 weeks, and let me just say the president of Israel was out now saying that this is the situation that we are in, and he really came after the politicians, and he really said to them, guys, listen, I'm paraphrasing now, we do not want a third elections. The politicians here in Israel have to put down their egos and have to come together, because this is not about you, this is about the people of the state of Israel. They are tired. Nobody wants a third elections. This is going to be the third election in 1 year here in the Holy Land. So for the next 3 weeks, there's going to be a lot of pressure on the different politicians to try and form a government. So we are avoiding a third elections. I do want to mention that maybe already today or within the next week, Mandelblit is going to decide if there's going to be charges against the Prime Minister for fraud and bribery. And there are 3 cases against him. So everybody's kind of like sitting back, looking and saying, is the Prime Minister of Israel going to be indicted in 1, 2, or even maybe 3 cases? Because that could also have a big impact on everything, the negotiation going back and forth. People in Likud are talking about they want to have primaries. If there's going to be a third elections, we need to have primaries before that. So there's a lot of balls up in the air. There's a lot of things going on, but this is absolutely unprecedented. This has never happened in the history of the Holy Lands, that we are now heading towards a third election. And of course, everybody is saying, what's going to be different? Who says if nobody's going to change their mind, if nobody's going to compromise, so things are going to, who says there's going to be a new election? I mean, after a third election, that you will be able to join a government or make a government at that time. So that's the way it looks right now. So if we are heading for elections for the third time, it's going to be in March 2020. They're talking about maybe March 17, a week after we have had the holiday of Purim here in the Holy Land. So this is very significant. So I want to encourage all of you wonderful people out there who pray for Israel. If there ever was a time to pray for this country, it's right now, where it was not twice we had election and it was not possible for them to reach agreements, to make a coalition, to form a new government. Of course, this is not a good solution. A third election is going to be so expensive for this country. You also have to remember about the security situation. But as we saw, Israel was capable, the government there is now was capable of making decisions to attack Islamic Jihad in Gaza when they attacked with 400 rockets in 48 hours, and 4 rockets were flying in up north. So Israel also carried out several attacks on Iranian forces in Syria. The IDF is on high alert because they are anticipating that Iran is going to retaliate in some sort. So this is critical time. It really is. So again, from my heart, I want to encourage all of you out there to tell your church, your congregation, your synagogue, your friends, your family, that do you know this is going on in Israel right now, that they are heading towards the third election in the midst of having all of these security threats and being surrounded by enemies within and towards them. So share this update just for people to understand what's going on here in Israel. Pray for the current leader, which is Benjamin Netanyahu. Pray for the current government who is in place now. Naftali Bennett was appointed defense minister right as the rockets were flying in from Gaza, so he really got into actions right away. So thank you for your love, for your support, for standing united with Israel, for standing united with the Jewish people for such a time as this. It is really, really important. Have a great day around the world. God bless Israel. God bless all of her friends. Bye.